Hi and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do more on this Snowflake Journal, and love how the first big central snowflake came up. If you didn't see that video, I'll put a link here, and you can watch how I did that. Today I'm going to just be tacking down some of, I think I put glue behind those two. Now I've said in the previous video, but you can see the front and the back to crochet. The front tends to, did I say cup up, and the back cups down. You can see the pattern better on the front than the back. I don't know whether I'm just being picky with that, but I do like putting it the right way around. Okay, so I'm just going to put the tiniest bit of glue on these, not much at all, just to hold it there while I'm putting some stitching around it. These all, and these tiny little gorgeous motifs are just amazing. Oops, you get up there. Another one. Well, the weather changed dramatically. Yesterday I was sitting here with the fan on, the aircon on, and today it has dropped over 10 degrees. It's wet, it's rainy, it's quite cool. So that is a relief. But we got a lot of rain last night. I got up this morning. I was still in my pajama and I was just like, oh gosh. The rain had just made our awning pool. So I had to get up and try and get rid of that water. Otherwise it would have tore the awning. I'm surprised it didn't tear it. It was bulging. Right, I think they're all down. Tiniest bit of glue on them, and then we can concentrate on stitching them without them all falling off and mucking up the pattern that I want. Right, so let's get started on our first one. Okay, I've picked some threads. I really love this really light blue one. And then there's a couple of other like shiny types of thread, rayon-y ones. Love this one. Let's see what else I've got in here. I've got some threads under here that I was gifted, which are just gorgeous. So have a look at them. This one. And then I've got all the sequins that I picked out last time, and other sorts of sequiny bits and pieces, and we'll see how we go from there. Okay, this one has certainly tested my stitching patience. I think the most important thing when you're doing 3 threads at a time, and especially this sparkly thread, is to just go slowly. Go slowly, make sure they're all like taut as one thread, and check on them every little step you go. That's why I did some of it off camera. I was just like, oh gosh, what am I doing? Yeah, come on. Where did you go? Oh, that one came unthreaded. Alright, we can fix that. Fix your little red wagon. Alright, I'm going to end that off at the back. And then go back and fix the other two that flying around out there. That'll keep them where they're supposed to be. It's just a little bit of tacky glue. And I'll cut these ends off so they don't catch on anything else. Right, so that's how that came out. And I like it. I might go back and couch over some of this now. So, not with that. I might get some of this white pearl thread and do it with that. Right, I'm going to do a fly stitch on either side of here as well. So, I'll come either side of these points and then in here. And then back down in here. Right, let's put some pretties in these. Okay, let's get some little sequins on and a tiny little clear bead that is just going to add sparkle, and we'll miss the bead and go down through the sequin. Easy stuff. And there we've got a little sparkle on the top of that. Isn't it gorgeous? And I might come down and do one in the middle of these as well. So a little sequin and a bead. And with that bead, and I'm going on the other side of the thread, like so it catches all that thread. I think that's a good idea. What about we put something in the middle while we're here? Okay, I'm just going to put a beautiful little bicone bead in the middle. To put a sequin, I might put this under it. These are one of those little fabric sequins. Let's see what that looks like. That looks pretty. So just miss that little sequin and go back down. I miss the bead, sorry. And look, we've got a gorgeous little bicone in the middle there that looks all frosty and pretty. Right. And we'll keep doing this little pattern besides the middle. We'll keep putting those all the way around here. Right, that is that snowflake done. Isn't it gorgeous? Absolutely gorgeous. And it just adds so much beautiful sparkle to this. And each of them are going to come into their own as I move along. Okay, I'm a bit of a sucker for punishment. This is a vintage rayon, I think, that I found at the Opshop. I found a whole box of pinks, blues and creams. So I really like how it's just the look it's giving here, the blue on there. It just looks icy and cold. And then I might pick another one of these little gorgeous little bicones and one of these gorgeous little sparkly flower sequins to go on this, and especially on the middle. So You might start in the middle. I've put a knot in it, and put that there in the middle of there. You stay out there, and we'll put the sequin on, and oh, this is not going to fit through the needle, I don't think. Oh gosh. Oh, it might. Oh, it did. Hooray! Thank you. Then go back down through the sequin. Well, that was very handy. Oops, won't catch on anything. Alright. And we're going to do a similar thing. Where's my pen gone? Over here. Okay, there's 5 spaces in this flower. And what I'm going to do is bring this out from those 5 spaces. And that will be my the arms on my snowflake. Okay, and I know that moves around, but once we get the thread down, it'll be better. Like this. 1, 2, 3, yep. Alright, and we'll go from there with it, and I'm using the double thread, so I'm just going to have to be patient how that comes through, and how that I maneuver that. And I'm just going to do a fly stitch. I'm going to use fly stitch for all the arms on these snowflakes. I think it works really pretty, and just make sure you snug those 2 stitches down together. That's just 2 threads. I think that's the key, and just go slowly. There's no rush. And then take that to the middle. Whoop, and don't snag it on everything on the way. And just where do you snag it on? There we go. Like that. And just keep them all pulled together. Alright, I just had a phone call from my daughter, so I had to take that. Alright, I've finished around there with the fly stitch, and then I've come back up with a bead needle, and I'm going to put these tiny little snowflakes on. They're so pretty. And what on top of that? Maybe these little beads that are, they're clear but they've got a little white center, so let's miss that bead and go back down through the snowflake, and they are really pretty. So what am I catching? Lots of things to catch on when you start doing this. Alright, and then I'm going to go back down and just couch that little arm so it doesn't fly around. Couch that one down, and then I'm going to go in the middle of all these little ow these little circles, and add a little white pearl, tiny little white pearl into the middle of them. Okay, now I'm going to put on, where did they all go? The little snowflakes. And they will just go around on the outside of those points. Right, and then I'm going to plug my heat gun in, and I won't put much heat on this at all, but I'll just get rid of these red marks. Right, so that is that little snowflake done. Aren't they gorgeous? They're just absolutely gorgeous. Okay, our next snowflake is this little fluffy one, and I'm going to put on one of these really cute little snowflake sequins into the middle, and then I'll add the arms to that as well. Out from here. And I'm just seeing how many it needs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the 6th one up here. Right, so I'll come up the middle. And we'll just now this doesn't have any holes in it, but I'm going to put a little bicone bead in the center and go just over the middle of that, and it will hold that little sequin down. I can get it going in between those little arms of the snowflake without it catching on everything. Okay, and then I'll just come up in another spot and go back down the opposite way, and that'll keep that little snowflake down. There we go. And I'm just using 2 pieces of thread here. I want to lighten up this one because it's a cream colour. I'm using white and blue, so we'll see how we'll go with that. Right, that's that little snowflake done, and we'll take the colour off that one too. Alright, we've got almost all the big ones done. Aren't they looking pretty? So pretty. Right, I might skip over to this one. Okay, on to the next one, but I've just received the sad news that Dave has just lost his nephew to cancer, and it's just so sad. So sad. It's just unbelievable, really. Yeah. Okay, let's move on and get some more things finished on this. I'm going to put some arms out this one as well, and I'm going to work in between those petals in this little flower. And putting the arms on is great because it's going to use up that space that's around it, that's around the snowflake. And I think this time, we've used blue on all the others, haven't we? So I probably should stick with that, I think. We'll stick with the blue and put blue on these arms as well. And I might add some more of this annoying thread on with it. And they're just looking so pretty on here. Now all that's left to do is these little ones in between, and I want to do them a lot simpler. So yeah, we'll get on with that. Okay, to finish off these two, they're a tad smaller than all the others. So I'm going to do the same here by just adding the little arms on here, and we'll do those in white. And this one up here, I might come up through the middle of those. You can't see what I'm doing. And we'll add less to then these little ones, but to those two that I've just put marks on, I've got some white thread and a knot, and I will come up and do those fly stitches all the way around these two that I have marked in pink. Alright, I've done the white on these two, and I'll probably do the decoration similar so I can just sort of chow through it and get it done. Right, the decoration on these two are going to be these tiny little sequins and tiny little beads, so yeah, hopefully they'll look okay, and we'll get going on them. And I'm going to put them in the same places on the ends and in the middle of each arm, and alright, I have finished those two. That's how they've turned out. And this one, I love this one. So I'll just put the heat on them to get rid of those pink marks. And I'm just doing that very carefully because I don't want to melt the sequins, so you just have to be careful doing that. Getting rid of that. Either that, or you could flip it over to the back and put the iron on it. Okay, I'm going to finish off these 6 little ones, and I'm keeping them super simple. I'm just putting one little bicone bead right in the center, and that's all I'm doing to them ones. I just want to keep them really simple, so just a lot of stopping and starting with these ones. Alright, so this is the finished front of my Snowflake Journal. It's just gorgeous. So I just left those ones really simple just by putting one little bicone in it, so I could sort of see the crochet little doily better. And I'm just loving this. So sparkly and gorgeous. So part 3 will be how I put this onto a junk journal cover, and I hope you stick around for that. Even though you might be a slow stitcher, stick around for how I put that onto the junk journal cover, and you might learn something, and I hope you'll enjoy it. And yeah, the fun bits. It's the fun. I was going to say the fun bit's over, but really, it's just starting. Once you get a junk journal cover done, then filling the pages is fun too. And I know that some people do the pages first and the cover last, but I always do the cover first. I don't know why. I think it just inspires me then to fill the middle with appropriate pages that, or tie in. Alright, so I hope you've enjoyed watching how I finished the small snowflakes around this central one. And like, share and subscribe. I'd love to have you here with me. Don't forget to pop over to my Facebook group. All the links will be below. You can join there and see the fun that goes on there. And I will catch you soon for a new make. Bye.